In this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to crack wireless WEP encrypted passwords. I'm going to assume that you have Kali Linux up and running and a wireless card that's capable of packet injection. We're going to start by opening up a terminal and viewing our wireless interface. We'll do that with a command called airmon-ng. As you can see, my wireless interface is WLAN 0, the chipset for my card, and the drivers that I have installed. Now, if your interface is not exactly the same as mine, you'll have to substitute it for the end of this command. But after that, you'll be able to follow the video step for step. Now we're going to go ahead and create an interface that's running in monitor mode. What monitor mode is going to allow us to do is to capture all wireless traffic with our card. So let's do that now. We'll do that by running the same command as we just did, airmon-ng. Start, and then the name of our wireless interface. As you can see here, we've created the interface mon0 running in monitor mode. Now you may or may not get this warning message. What this is telling you is that if you're running these services here, you may come into an issue. So what we'll do is we'll terminate those services so we don't have a problem. Now that we've done that, let's see the wireless access points that are around us. We'll do that with a command called arrowdump-ng, and then the name of the interface that we created, mon0. We'll let this run for a while. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop this, and I'll give you a brief explanation of what's on the screen. Now the BSS ID is the MAC address of the access point, or router. The power here, the greater the value of the number, the worse the signal strength is. The less the value of the number, the better your signal strength is. CH is the channel that the access point is running on, so 6, 1, 3, and so on. The encryption, WPA, WEP, open, and the ESS ID, which is the name of the access point. Now down here, you can see the access point and then the computer that is connected to that access point. Not associated means that there is a computer looking to connect to an access point, which is sending out probes looking to connect to Bell 987, Linksys, and so on. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and select an access point and crack that wireless password. Let's pick Bell 725. So we'll open up another terminal so we can just lock on to the data coming from that one app. We can do this with the same command that we just did, followed by a few other syntax. -C for the channel. As you can see, it's running on channel 1. -W. Now this is the name of the file that the data is going to be written to. You can choose whatever name you want, but in this case, I'm just going to go with Bell since this is a Bell access point. Followed by the BSSID of the access point. So we'll copy that in. And then our interface, mon0. Alright, so as you can see here, we have two computers that are connected to this access point. We have a field here with data, which is climbing very slowly. Now to crack this password, we're going to need a tremendous amount of data, or initialization vectors is what they're actually called. So our attack is going to make the data climb at an enormous rate, so we don't have to wait and wait and wait as we collect. We can do it in a few minutes. So first off, what we'll do is we'll associate with the app with a command called areplay-ng. 1 for fake authentication, then A, and then the BSS ID of the access point, followed by our interface. Once you associate, you'll get this message, association successful, and a little smiley face. So now we're going to start the attack so we can get the data to climb at an enormous rate. So we'll do that with an ARP replay attack. So we'll use the same command again, with just a different syntax. Air replay -ng, and then 3 for ARP replay attack, -b for our filter for the BSSID of the access point, and then our interface, mon 0. As you can see, this is sending ARP requests, and you can see here that the data is climbing at a quicker rate. So as that's going, we'll open up another terminal, and I'll show you the files that we've created. Now, the data is getting saved to this file here called bell01.cat. That's the file we're going to use to crack the password. We'll run a command called aircrack-ng, and the name of that file, bell01.cat. Now it's going ahead and using the data that we're collecting to crack the password. Now if it doesn't have enough right off the start, it will tell you that it failed. Just let it run. Once it collects enough, it's going to start it over again. So what I'll do is I'll pause the video and wait until we have enough data. Okay, so the attack has been running for about a minute now, and you can see that we have about 37,000 initialization vectors or data. So we can go ahead and run the command to crack the password. As you can see, the password has successfully been cracked. We can go ahead and stop this and this. Now, you may notice that the password may not be in word form or words and numbers as if the user has typed it in themselves. It comes up as hex, but that's alright. That will work just as well. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go ahead and start up those services that we killed earlier so that we can use the internet. We'll open up a terminal. We'll type in service networking start service network manager start, and then we'll have the little network guy that pops up here. So we can go ahead and click. I'll show you here first. Okay, here it is. See, now we don't know the password, but if you just copy the hex in as it goes, paste, show key, and all we have to do is take out the colons and then hit connect. Give it a second. And you are now connected to Bell 725, the password that we just cracked. We can clarify this by doing an iwconfig on our interface, WLAN 0. You can see that we're connected to the access point, Bell 752. You successfully cracked the password for that access point.